let's give you an idea. Studies show that people usually don't respond or close in the sale from an initial contact until after about the 8th contact. And did you know that 80% of salespeople stop on the 2nd contact? So make sure you stay in touch with them. It doesn't mean you just call them and nag them all the time, but you can leave them a little message. Hey, I was thinking about you. What's been going on? Hey, I wanted to touch base with you about that thing. We were talking about this. We were going to set up a date. I just want to see how that's going. You need to have a system to track the people that you get in touch with, your follow-ups, a contact manager. Many people are tracking now with online applications. It's very easy to do. Ask for the information before you pass a business card. This is another great tool. Before you give somebody a business card, ask for their phone number, ask for their email, put it directly in your phone. We're in the era of smartphone. Ask them if it's okay if you follow up. Always ask permission. Now, me personally, I'm going to follow up the next day, and I'm going to tell them, listen, I'm going to follow up with you tomorrow. Follow up when you say you will. To me, that is the most important thing that you can do, is do exactly what you say. If you say you're going to follow up on a certain day at a certain time, don't let anything get in the way. Make sure you follow up. If you can't get them on the call, send a follow-up or email. Put people on your tracking. Don't be afraid to talk to clients. Keep following up. Follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. That is my sales tip of the week. And now for Steve Smith's recruiting tip of the week.
Recruiting, successful recruiting is the pathway. If you follow that path, you can have success. Whoop, I went backwards for some reason. A process. This is a process. Understanding recruiting and doing it on a consistent basis is a process that builds and builds by committing to the pathway. In other words, the plan, sticking to the plan of how you can build a successful business. Listen to the person that's training you, the CFT that's training you and teaching you. Stay on that track, stay on that plan, and then traveling down that pathway and being consistent in all the things that you do, and do the same things over and over and over again, because the person you're talking to, the new person you're talking to, doesn't know that you said the same presentation to the person before. They're getting new information as far as they're concerned. So be consistent, concise, and give that same information and continue to go down that pathway. Build a prospect list, continue to build your prospect list with warm market, your spouse's warm market, family members, friends, associates. Those people are in debt. They need help. Contact and intro. You can use the phone, face-to-face introductions only, or very successful. Intro and send videos is also a great way to do it. Introduce yourself, tell them a little bit about the program, send them a video. Then call for an appointment. Follow up, and schedule the free analysis and get that done and get it on pace. Face-to-face, one-on-one situations. They're fantastic. You can get a lot more information done. You build that relationship with somebody. Zoom. Many of you have done Zoom over the last year because of the pandemic, but now things are freeing up. You might be able to get out there face-to-face, but there's always still Zoom, a great tool to use. Business lunches. Have little business lunches and invite 3 to 5 people to a small business lunch. You have a presentation. Biz op meetings. Those of you who are really good at this and you have bigger organizations, you might want to get a hotel room, a small hotel room where you can fit about 30 or 40 people in it. Do a business opportunity meeting about what we do and how we help people get out of debt. Partner included. Always include your partner. They always help you, regardless if it's a male or female. Get your partner involved. Let them help you. Help them be a part of the business. And I guarantee you it'll help your business grow and be more successful.
Yep. I think we just got 2 more. There we go.
Okay. Client, recruit. That's what our job is to do, to build more clients, more recruits. The recruiting process that wins is follow the path, stay on the plan, and you'll succeed.
Fantastic. And I think what you're seeing from here, it's not recruit to sell, sell to recruit. Introduce people to the product in all circumstances, move them through the process. Aim for a recruit, like Steve always says, hit a sale.
That's right.
Good deal. All right. So to get us back on track here, let me get my little cursor back where it needs to be. There we go. All right, this is what I love. This is what I love doing. All right, this is our Rising Stars, and tonight we're going to have 2 individuals on, and the first individual that I'm going to bring on is Di Fowler. Her name's actually Deanna Fowler, but she goes by Di Fowler, and she's been in the financial services for the past 20 years. Been a licensed mortgage broker and licensed life insurance agent and a broker-dealer. She enjoys singing, dancing, running, and she's raised 6 beautiful children. I find that hard to believe, looking at you there, but 6 beautiful children. Attached is a picture you requested. All right. So everybody, I want to bring on Miss Di Fowler. And Di, if you'll just unmute yourself. How are you doing there, Di?
I am doing great. Thank you, Matt.
Okay, and I wanted to bring up a couple numbers and show you. Di's current rank is Managing Director. Total debt under management for Di's team is $5,535,104. And her clients to date have paid off $233,979. So Di, the first question for you is, how do those numbers make you feel? How do you respond to those?
Well, it's like standing on the beach and looking out at the ocean. I mean, not in a small and insignificant way, but at 5.5 million compared to 7 billion, it lets me know I'm part of something huge. It's so much bigger than just me. It's humbling.
That's awesome. So let me ask you this. In everybody that comes on as an agent or uses the product, there's kind of a turning point of understanding with the product or the business model where individuals say, you know what, I'm going to make this part of my business model moving forward. And I know you've made commitments to that effect, and I know you're committed to doing that in 2021. What was that kind of turning point? What is it about the product that made it so you said, I'm all in and I'm going to use this?
Well, I was all in before I even knew about the product. I mean, the debt crusade, it's huge. At a very young age, I found myself as a single parent buried in debt. And the only banking strategy that I knew of was to make more money. And then in 2002, my little brother brought me to an opportunity meeting of another company. And that's where I started learning the rules that the banks and the insurance companies didn't want me to know. And they showed me how to take all of my debt, my first and second mortgage, my student loans, my credit cards, my timeshare, 28 years worth of debt, and pay it off in 13 years. And sharing that story, I dominated that company for the next decade until the market crashed. And then I was reduced to an insurance agent. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with being an insurance agent, but that's not what I was passionate about. I did insurance and investments through debt. And so from 2012 until last year, I was looking for a debt program. And when this came across my path, it was like the missing piece. It's like, finally, I can really help people again, because it's debt. Like you said, that's the number one cause of divorce, number one cause of domestic violence, number one cause of suicide. I wasn't passionate about life insurance. I was passionate about debt. So when I saw this, it was a no-brainer. I needed it.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Moving forward, we know that all big builders, all good leaders, they develop a vision. They develop a vision that's bigger than themselves. They develop a vision that they get their team to buy into and help their team see their vision and realize their vision. What is the big vision, the broad vision for your team moving forward?
Well, for my team, it's a little bit different because I do more than just the debt. And when I sit down with families, it's all about building a strong financial home, beginning with that foundation of income protection and then implementing the emergency fund and eradicating debt and building wealth. And so my long-term vision is to, do that, help people build a strong financial home. We don't want you to be debt-free and broke. You've got to be debt-free with lots and lots of money, and you've got to protect that plan, make sure it comes to fruition, even if your income is gone due to death or illness. So my vision is to implement this with my team and hopefully bigger someday.
That's awesome. Okay, very last question. A lot of people are moving up the ranks. A lot of new agents are on the call. I know you worked hard to get to where you are. I know there's moments when you felt like, you just didn't want to pick up the phone or you just didn't want to do the deal. What would be your one piece of advice to brand new agents that are climbing up the ladder from associate senior, trying to make it to executive director? What would be your one word of advice?
Don't take yourself seriously. I mean, really, guys, laugh, have fun. I'm the biggest goofball ever. My clients, they think I'm a big kid. Before I'll show them their numbers, it's like, drum roll, please. And if they don't drum roll, I don't give them their numbers. And I tell dumb jokes. If you guys follow me on Facebook, you know I'm the queen of stupidity. But it's just fun. And, love people, celebrate people, compliment people, and have fun. I mean, that's it. Just have fun. This is a fun business. Love it.
Di, I think that's a great piece of advice, because if you don't enjoy and you're not having fun doing what you do, then it really is, it's a job. It's just not fun. It's not worth doing. And eventually, people will just quit and leave. You have to have fun with it. You got to have a good personality. Di, you've been really one of the strong people with the company. We see your name all the time. We know that you've been out there working really hard to build your team and to go out there and help people get out of debt. And you said you made a really good statement. You said, look, I feel like I'm standing on the beach and I'm looking out at the ocean, and you may feel it's insignificant, but it is not. These are families and people that you are currently helping, and it is changing their lives. And so, you're going to do really big things over the next several years and months. You're going to do some big things because you do believe in it. You are passionate about it. And we're thankful to have you on our team and for all the things that you do. So congratulations and a good job tonight. Thank you for coming on and sharing that with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
All right. Thank you, Di. All right. On to our next individual. The next individual we're going to bring on is Mr. Matt Nye, or Matthew Nye, out of West Melbourne, Florida. And Matt, are you there where we can hear you? And there you are. There's that good-looking guy. How you doing today, Matt?
Good evening. I'm doing well. Thanks, guys.
Hey, you're looking good, and we hear you perfectly, and this is wonderful. So, Matt, I want to share a couple numbers with you real quick. Current rank, Executive Director. Total debt under management, your team represents $39,646,000 of debt under management, and your clients have already paid off $1,783,749. So, obviously, the first question is, how do those numbers make you feel?
I was blown away when you gave me these numbers, and I had actually started tracking myself, just the people that I was working with individually, and it's very fulfilling, right, to look back and see the people that you've helped. But when you showed me these numbers, it was absolutely stunning. So it's really amazing to see how that scales when you look at it through the lens of your entire team.
Yeah, no, that's and I think when I started looking at the numbers for some of these people, I was shocked that I've been with these guys for 20 years. Next question. In everybody's business model, everybody moving through this, looking at this as a company, there comes like a time of understanding or a turning point where they realize, you know what, I want to make this my business or a part of my current business moving forward. What was that turning point? What was it about the product opportunity that made Matt and I say, you know what, I'm all in, I'm going for this, and I'm going to add this to my business moving forward?
It was a combination of things. I mean, the first and most obvious is it actually works, right? So the program itself works. You're helping people. The company is awesome. The support is awesome. It's just very rarely, at least in my lifetime, have I had all of these things come together, right? Where, everything's good. The product's good. The company's good. The management, the support, everything is good. And I was at a time in my life where I'd been working for somebody else for 12 years. That's the longest I've ever worked for anybody, and really wanted to get back to being, an entrepreneur, having my own business, being in control of my destiny, not being beholden, to somebody else's whims and decisions. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Third question. Every good leader has a vision for what they're trying to achieve, and the mark of a true leader is to be able to help their team see their vision and then help their team to achieve their own version of that vision. So your big vision, your broad vision for your business with UFF, what does that look like? What is in your mind right now?
Get everybody in debt in America on the program. So, how's that? Well,
we have to say dreaming big is always good. If you dream small, you live small. But
a wise man told me that just the other day. A very wise man, yes.
I wonder who that guy was. What could have been.
So, but yes, I mean, it's such a powerful program. Obviously, the first thing is to get, you know, your agents using the program so that I don't think you can really appreciate it until you're using it yourself. But there's no question, you know, it's just incredible. I mean, look at the numbers; they're just stunning. So.
All right, very last question. A lot of people are, you know, pushing. They're trying to make it to ED. You've already made it there. We know that sometimes that can be a long process. It can be a little bit arduous. One word of advice for the brand new agents that are trying to make it to ED, what would that word of advice be for them?
So in the beginning, it's don't get hung up thinking that you need to know everything. And so I'm famous for that. I can't tell you how much time I wasted because I felt like I needed to know exactly how it worked and all of the minutia and the detail. Don't get hung up on that in the beginning. Work with your sponsor. Lean on them. Again, the program is, you know, you've seen how easy it is to run the analysis. It basically sells itself. And if you've got a supportive upline, you know, you'll have all the support you need to get deals in the beginning. And then I know you said one, but the other piece though would be after you've got, you know, several deals under your belt, you have to practice. Like for me, you should never think that you've got it all nailed down, right, in terms of your presentation. And there's always something new to learn. And I found practice, videotape yourself, watch yourself, record your calls, listen to yourself. You'd be amazed, you know, when you do that, what you pick up on. I personally, you know, just did one last week, and it's like, wow, I really was kind of phoning it in, right, in terms of, you know, there was communication happening, but in a sense, I wasn't fully present. So it's good to self-analyze one again after you've gone through the initial training phase, like when you're self-sufficient. So.
Well, Matt, a couple of things, and I'll share this because I appreciate that, you know, when we look at ourselves, sometimes we understand, hey, what can I do to get better? How can I be better? We all have to kind of look at that and readjust, you know. And I remember when you came on board, I remember that, you know, hey, okay, look, I gotta get in here. I gotta know this. I gotta know this. And I knew that you were very talented. I knew that you were sharp, you know. And so sometimes we look at people like you and we go, come on, man, come on. We know you got it, you know. And as soon as we could tell that you realized, hey, I got to quit spinning in the dirt here. I'm just going to get out there. And since that time, you become a totally different producer, a totally different person. I mean, we saw it. We really do watch y'all's numbers and what you're doing and your leadership that you provide, you know. And so you've done a fantastic job in that. And I agree with you 1,000%. Practice, 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 because you can get to a point to where you just kind of numb to it. But what we do is such an incredible thing. It's so incredible. And what you've done for people to save them almost $2 million, that's not a little thing. That's a big deal. So you and I have done a wonderful job. We appreciate you being a part of our business and our company. So, man, just keep going like you are, and you're going to do some big, big things. So thanks, Matt.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
You bet.
Good job, brother. Thank you so much. All right, everybody, it looks like we're wrapping down to the end. The quote of the week: successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. I love this. I love Jim Rohn. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Yeah. I love that. And we could say that another way. Don't wish it was easier. Make yourself better. Educate yourself. Be more dedicated. Move forward. Do whatever it is you need to do. That is our quote of the week.